Hello everyone, my name is Sunny and today's pick a card reading is going to be how would you change from a year from now? So I have three piles. Pile number 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile number 3 is on the right side. So go ahead and stop the video if you feel like you need more time, otherwise skip to the timestamp in the description. And I'll see you at your pile of selection or the piles of your choice. And I might sound a little bit soft. It's because my throat's just terrible today. These last videos have been super bad with that, so I apologize. I have to talk a little lower because it's been rough. So I still want to do them though. I have plenty of fun doing these lately. It's not like I do them for long anyways, so it's gonna be quick. So it'll be kind of quick and to the point for today's reading as well. So I will start with the first one. So let me move these, and I will start with the first pile now. For your close-up, for your first pile, you have the Queen of Wands upright. So from a year from now, pile number 1, you're going to be someone who's very decisive in your choices. I think you might have contemplated a lot and been in your head, and maybe in this moment, but in the previous year from now, in the previous year from the year that I'm making it, that sounds terrible. You know what I mean? I guess in the present time when you watch it, you're going to be someone that's kind of contemplating a lot of choices. You're going to be in your mind about whether you're making the correct decisions in your life or you're approaching certain situations in the most productive way. I think you're trying to really think things through. But a year from now, you're going to really allow that gut instinct to guide you, because Wand energy is someone that's very cool, calm, and collected. You're very controlled in your emotions and your thought processes. You're someone that knows how to collect all data and information, make calculated guesses. You could maybe slightly be manipulative, but you manipulate situations in your favor. Again, there's good things and bad things, but the good things also come with the negative things. It's just you checking yourself out, like making the checks and balances to make sure that you don't overstep your boundaries with yourself, because you're being very cunning. For example, don't try to take advantage of people either. People always like to mention the good things, but never the things that could go wrong. This is someone who uses their intuition as their lighting, I said it poorly. You use your intuition as your source of guidance. Maybe you have good third eye, like chakra energy. I think you can be very witchy. I think you are very good with manifestation, but I think you will do everything and anything to stay in this royal pedestal that you've accumulated. I think you put yourself there because you've worked with your mental space and your mentality of how you can be more alluring to yourself by making people attracted to your mental energy, wanting to stimulate people to think for themselves. And I think that's more or less who you are going to be with, not who you're going to be with, who you're going to end up as a result from all your dedication and work that you're probably likely doing in this moment. Pile number 1, I think you're trying to get to that queen status, but of course you're trying to be a dignified queen. Don't be a queen that takes advantage of your subjects. This is why you should, control that intellect. That intellect needs to also think about emotions and how you can hurt others and not, pursue any unruly actions towards others, like ill will, right? Because you can be turning into the evil queen, right? Like you can easily turn into the evil, the evil queen, the evil stepmother. I think of like Snow White and the evil queen. Like you could easily transform that into like a dark energy, and there's always a good and a bad and a bad and a good. So just remember to check yourself, because Queen of Wands is someone who's intellectually smart, who's incredibly cunning, who has fox-like nature, also extremely beautiful as well, might I say. Then you're also pushing that, but someone that also needs to learn to not allow her darker desires get the best of her, right? Don't use that against others unless it's utterly necessary and they try to, get smart with you, then I understand. But try your best to not get to that point where you have to use your intellect against others to harm them, right? Always use that for helping others and aiding others in their help. There you go. Aiding others in their issues and situations, because I think you have a good bird's eye view of many perspectives, and you can look at many situations in different angles, so long as you have the right information, right? And you can also be a good source of information for others. It's like something that you're not looking at yourself right now. Maybe you kind of second guess yourself a lot in this moment, but you'll be fine. Pile number 1, you're really good at using that intuition as a source of light from within. And look at all this gold. I think you're someone that's very royal and unique. So I definitely think you're going to glow up also as well in a physical manner. Pile number 1, you're someone that's going to dress a lot better. I think you're someone that's going to dress a lot better according to your standards and what your standards of beauty are in your own culture. I think you're someone that's going to be very in flow. I think you're likely going to wear a lot of golds too. A lot of jewelry possibly as well. Accessories. That's what situation is calling upon for this pile. Maybe hair accessories too. So I hope that helped. I will start with the next pile. And I will start with pile number 2 now. So pile number 2, you have the 2 of Pentacles reversed. I think in a year from now, you're going to be someone that's not going to be juggling yourself anymore. You're not someone that's going to be moving a lot. I think you had to move a lot according to situations as they came. I think you were thrown out of the left field. I think that's how you say that. You were thrown a lot of curveballs, and you had to juggle. It's like if you were in a baseball game, you were someone that had to keep constantly catching the ball or avoiding balls getting hit. Dodgeball. There you go. Dodgeball is a lot better than baseball in that analogy sense, where you were trying to avoid as many balls as you can being thrown at you so you don't get disqualified. And I think that's what you're doing, is that in this moment probably you're likely trying to balance many different solutions to problems that may arise that maybe or that people throw at you, and you're like, fine, I can do this, I can do it, but I feel like a buffoon. I feel like a jester. I'm always constantly juggling things, moving around, accommodating myself to everyone and everything. And I think it can be very unsettling for you. It's very stressful and straining to your physical body as well to be constantly running around. It's exhausting and daunting. Maybe you can do it for a certain amount of time, but it does catch up to you. So I think from a year from now, pile number 2, you're going to be able to stop juggling things. You're going to really just hone down that energy and focus that tunnel vision into just one thing at a time. You're going to attack things one step at a time. Really give that time and dedication. You're going to build more. I think you're also going to build more assets financially, because you have a lot of creativity, but I also feel that you use that creativity to get yourself out of that rut, or out of that problem. That's why you're I feel like maybe you're a baker, maybe you like to make things at home, because yes, it's a gestury kind of outfit, but I also feel like it's a kitchen outfit that you're wearing an apron, wearing a top hat. So that's why maybe you're a chef, and something that you make and produce takes off, or you do private catering services likely, and finally it takes off and you can focus on one event at a time rather than multiple things, or having to cater to services, private paid services, and then also having to go to a 9-to-5 job, or 9+ job, day or night, working at restaurants, for example, to make ends meet. And I think from a year from now, you're gonna stop doing that. I also think you're gonna be likely dressing a lot more serious. Pile number 2. Sorry, number 1. Wait, I messed that up. Sorry, I meant to say pile 2. So I definitely think for you, pile number 2, you're gonna be a lot more not serious, because I think you have a fun side and personality to you, but I think you're gonna finally be able to dress up to the image that people build you up, right? I think that you dress for success a little bit more. Someone that's built up on image, you build that image up, and now you can finally, maybe you had very weird looking outfits before because you couldn't match the proper things because that's all you could afford, right? And now you can afford these these cute little outfits. Now you can actually, match. And maybe you like wearing like all pinks or all greens, and finally you have everything of the same color. It's like, yes, now I have this image I built myself, and I can stick with this image, and I think it's gonna look very cute and youthful on you. I definitely think that seriousness is channeled in that I'm serious about my job and career. I'm serious about what I want, but I want to be treated as such, not as someone that's naive. I want to be treated seriously. And maybe you look like cute, petite, and cutesy, or just very youthful, that people misinterpret that as being naive and great, but you're not. So I think definitely that's what's going to change in the near future, pal number 2. I think you're someone that's going to put that energy and that aura of, I am serious, but I'm cute and I dress well, and I do what I want, and I build up for it because it works for me. So you're no longer going to be juggling so much in your hands. You're going to focus one thing at a time, and you're going to be taking your time and your slower pacing, a lot more of a slower pace for you, pal number 2. So I hope that helped. That was really cute. I really enjoyed your message, pal number 2. And I will start with the last pile number 3. So if you chose this pile, you have the 3 of Wands reversed. So for you, pile number 3, I think you're someone that's you're gonna be focusing a little bit more internally a year from now, maybe because you were always, maybe right now, maybe that's what I'm channeling. Maybe right now you're kind of looking at your surroundings, and you're figuring out, like, trying the best course of action because you're struggling to kind of get a grasp of things. Maybe you have different scenarios and how you're thinking about how to take course, but because you're kind of stalling, I think maybe you second guess yourself a lot. I think that maybe you're looking at a generalized you're looking at a generalized view of your game plan, and you're not taking action. And a year from now, you're going to be very much in action mode, where you're taking action. You looked at all possible scenarios, you looked at all possible results, and which one's going to aid you more. I think you put it too far. Which one's going to aid you more into your game plan, right? And you're going to be constantly moving. You're not going to be standing still like this man here with his 3 wands, like literally trying to either build a fortress or just kind of like stare into like the barren of his land. I think you're someone that's going to be enjoying that beautiful view that you've built. Maybe you're building a home, maybe you're building a company, maybe you're building a side gig, maybe you're building a family. Like, whatever this plan of action you're organizing now and kind of contemplating on is going to really pay off. I think you're someone that maybe you're possibly walking away from a connection to, you're walking away from a job, and you're focusing on what you want and building a better future for yourself. Whatever you're trying to walk away from, it's like 3 energies. So it's like you're walking into stability, into that 4 of Wands. Are you building a home? Are you trying to walk away from a connection that's no longer useful for you? Are you trying to build something out of nothing from this barren land and grow fruits and vegetables? There's so many things that can come about this energy, but I feel that you're really going to be no longer in a contemplating mood, and you're someone that's already going to be taking action for more stable grounding. You're going to build that footing. You're someone that wants to create that home environment, that safe space for you, and the only way to do that is by really taking the time right now to think things through. That's what you're doing right now. You're securing the bag, I feel. You're securing the plot line, the blueprint, there you go, of what needs to get done. That's what I feel for you, pile number 3. I also feel that if I go to the physical aspect, I think you're someone that's going to be really into this, even though right now I feel this is an energy that you're like going within. I think it's going to be out, like at some point it's going to be in and out, right? I don't think I'm going to focus so much on that, but I do think that you're someone that's going to be a little bit more reserved and treating your time wisely like it's money. I think you're someone that's also going to be private, and if they want to get to know you as a person, they're going to have to deal with the fact that you're someone that finds people a little daunting and you want to be alone. I think you're someone that wants to be alone but also wants to be in a partnership, or wants to have friendships but also wants alone time. I think you're going to find a better balance in figuring out those connections, I feel, because if you're heading down for the 4 of Wands, you're someone that's like trying to find balance, finding your right footing, finding your right That's what I feel for you. I also think physically you're going to be, I think you're going to be lighter. Like in the sense of lighter clothing. Maybe like you wear too many things right now because that's what you have to kind of be working constantly, so you carry a lot of things with you, and you're going to be in a lot lighter tones, if I'm making sense. Lighter tones, lighter equipment, there you go. Less restrictive clothing, likely. And I also think you're going to have this, I feel like this Cancerian energy coming from you, where you're kind of soft and just flowy, but just maybe you like wearing florals. Maybe you start wearing more florals, or maybe you start, focusing more on like your face, I think, because this person is kind of facing away, and then if I turn this upside down, upright, you're someone that wants to show your face. You're not going to show your back anymore. You're someone that wants to show people that, like, hey, this is the face I'm putting out, and I want you to look at it. I want you to see how much I've grown, how much I've built myself upon it, how much I've stabilized myself, and now how much I've worked this entire past year on my internal energy. Now that I feel great, self-sufficient, I want to show you that, and that outer exterior world. So I think you might show a different face to yourself. You might show a different face to the world upon number 3, and you're going to really be focusing on like that exterior, like happiness. There's a glow to you. There's so much glowing energy from you, Pal 3. So that's more or less what I get for you, Pal 3. I hope you enjoyed your message. Select a different pal if you want to, as there could be a message there for you, or if that didn't resonate, pick a different one as well. So thank you all for listening. Have a lovely day and a great time, because you made it a great day, not because I'm forcing you to have a great day. Again, your energy outputs what you're getting back. So please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps me out with my algorithm. Thank you so much for sticking by, and bye-bye, everyone.